Hey, everybody, this is Lauren, the Cheerful Baker. And can you believe that it is 2 days to Thanksgiving and 3 days to Black Friday? So, I wanted to share with you some of my very favorite items for cookie decorating that are a little pricier, and maybe you want to look for them on Black Friday sales. And the things that I talk about tonight, I'll link in the comments. And the reason I just wanted to share these is the most common question that I get in my DMs is about projectors. And so I've answered. I always send the link to my favorite one, but I thought there's probably a lot of people who are curious about projectors because projectors are a game changer. So first of all, tell me, yes or no, are you having Thanksgiving? Are you hosting Thanksgiving? Hey, Ruth, you're welcome. Yeah, Ruth didn't you ask me about projectors this morning? I think you did. But I'm having Thanksgiving in my house, and I'm ready-ish. I'm not really ready. I lost my husband's wallet today somewhere in the house. And so all day today, I should have been doing things. And I literally have torn my house apart looking for the wallet. But the good thing is, I have a much cleaner house because of it. But let's get started, shall we? Now, if you have questions about any other products, please ask, because I if it's a cookie decorating item, then I probably have it, because I've been a cookie decorator for about 7 years and I love all the stuff. When I first started, I didn't have very many things. But then I've realized as time goes on, I the things make cookie decorating a lot easier. Mimi, you're recovering. Mimi, what kind of well, you might not want to tell what kind of surgery you have, but I'm so sorry. I hope you're okay. So let's get started. First, I'm going to share with you the projector that I have, and I keep it in this little pouch. It's a little igloo soft-sided pouch, and I like keeping it in here because it keeps it protected, and I don't have to worry about shoving it back in the box that it came in. So this is the projector that I use. It's an Acaso. I love this projector. I mean, I love it. I started out with a white, I think it might have been I don't remember who made it, but many of you have probably seen the old white projectors. They were terrible. I hated it. Someone told me about the Acaso, and I love it. Now, I'm going to tell you why I love it, just so you all will know. I love it because you can actually see the image on the cookie without your house being completely dark. That is a really nice thing, because I usually decorate cookies during the day. I'm asleep by 9 o'clock at night almost every night. So I wanted a projector that I could still see the image during the day. It has a USB, but you don't need it because it's actually Bluetooth. So you don't have to have any wires, which is something that I love because wires just get in the way. It also has a plug. You do plug it in. And just a little info about that too. My puppy, who is precious and sweet, and I love him, he's over there eating. He's still a puppy. He's about 9 months old. But when he was about 2 months old, he chewed through the cord. And so I found this wonderful little thing I'll tell you all about. It's called a high output universal AC adapter. And it's the greatest thing ever because it comes with all these little adapters that you can use if your baby chews through one. Luckily, it was not plugged in. But I had it hanging down and he thought it looked like fun to chew through it. So this is awesome because any cord that you need to replace, it has tons of these little ends. So that's just a little side note. If that ever happens to you, I think I got this on Amazon also. But this Acaso, It's Bluetooth. So the way that now I have an Apple phone. If you have an Android, I can't help you. I'll be honest. I don't know if I don't know how to do it. Tiffany said I got one but messed up and didn't get the model with the Wi-Fi. Works fine, but I would definitely get the Wi-Fi and now I need a mount. The Wi-Fi makes all the difference. It really does because you don't have the cords like I said. So the way that I hook this to my phone, sometimes I hook it to my phone, sometimes I hook it to my iPad. It has this pad on the top that's actually a touch pad. So when you turn it up, and I can't show you because it messes, trying to show you the image with a screen, it it's weird. I don't know how to describe it, but it doesn't really work. So this is, well, I have it upside down. This is where the light comes out or where the image comes out. And I like this because you can open it and close it so you can keep that clean. You have it in your projector, you have this open, and you're going to see a menu down at the bottom. And the menu is Netflix. You can watch Netflix on it. I mean, there's lots of different things. But the first thing that you see, and actually I'm gonna have to turn it on and look at it because it's so funny. I just do it all the time, and so I know how to do it. But it's very, very easy to pair with an Apple phone. You just do AirPlay. That's what it says. It says AirPlay. So once you see the AirPlay, you just move your finger around and you will actually see a pointer down where this is projecting. And what I'll do is when I start it, I will usually, it would help if I opened it. I will put a piece of white paper under it because then I can see really, really well. It takes, I mean, maybe 30 seconds to show up. So I can see the image down here. The menu is YouTube, Netflix, Google Play, same picture. I think that's what it says. I don't have something white underneath it. Yeah, same screen, which that's what we use because it's going to mirror the screen from your phone over and the image is going to come down through your projector. It has different apps. It has a HDMI cord. You don't have to do any of that because it's Bluetooth or it's wireless. So you're just going to use the thing that says same screen, and then you're going to come over to your phone. There's like I said, when you move this around, the same screen is going to get larger. And then you just push the button. You just barely touch it with your finger. And then you're going to get three other options. One is AirPlay. And then you just go to your phone. You go to your phone, and do you see the little right there? Looks like picture in picture. You hit eShare. And once you hit eShare, right here, once you hit that, whatever image you have on your phone, your complete screen is going to be projected with your projector. So what I would do, let me show you. What I would do is if I had an image, let's say I have a Cheerful Box cookie decorating kit. And one thing that everyone gets are the images. So I'm going to show you. Here's a good example. So this image, I would put this on my phone and it would go through my projector and it would show up on my cookie. Now, some people think, okay, well, how do I determine how big it is, right? Because sometimes the image is bigger, sometimes it's smaller. You can actually, move the image with your finger like this to make it bigger and smaller. But what I like better is a mount. And so I use Archon mounts. I used to have a coupon code. I think my coupon code was Cheerful Baker. I'm not exactly sure if I have that anymore. I'll look after this and I'll put it on the live. I have 4 Archon mounts. I love them so much. But the nice thing about it is it has a telescoping pole. So what you do, and then it has all these little things that you can just move however you want. So I'm going to move it like this, and then I'm going to put my mount in it like this. And then I see my image. If my image is too small, all I do is I bring this up and I tighten it. If my image is too big, I can bring it down. If it's still too big, I can lower this and I can do it exactly how I want it. So a mount is key to success with, I think anyway, with any type of projector, because you want to be able to make the image the size that you want. This is the I've had this same projector for probably 2.5 years. I've never had any problems with it. No problems. The first one that I bought from the company, when I got it, it did not work right. And I sent it back. I can't even remember what was wrong with it. And it was probably something that happened with Amazon shipping. I contacted them. Amazon took it right back, no problems, sent me a new one, zero issues. I really, really like it. Again, it's super easy to use. It's about, I don't know, $250. It's not inexpensive. Maybe they'll have it on sale for Black Friday. If they do, it's the one that I would get. I love it. And I'll put a link in the comments about that. So does anybody have a question about projectors? And if you think about it, you can ask me as we go along. Now, I'm going to share a couple other expensive items with you. Just because there's my buddy back there. Yes, I will post a link to the mount, and I'll look to see. I don't even know if I still have a coupon code, but I'll see if I can find one, and I'll link that too because I love it. I have a black one. I have a pink one. I have another black one that's in the other room. And then I have a little one that's just a real, it's around here somewhere that I use all the time too. It's a really small one. And I put it in the car because sometimes I'll do lives out in the car and I hook it around my steering wheel. I'm not driving when I'm doing that, just FYI. So a couple of other expensive things, not that expensive, but that I just want to share with you because, maybe they'll be on sale for Black Friday. Mimi, I love my Archon mount. They also have a new version that just came out, which looks awesome. I didn't know that, Mimi. I'll have to check it out. I love Archon mounts. They're absolutely awesome. Plus, they have this weighted base. It's really heavy, so you really don't have to worry about your base, your thing tipping over and landing on your cookies. Okay, so let me talk about one of my other favorite things. So this is not expensive. This is a bag tie machine. You must have this. It makes it so much easier to tie off your icing bags. No more using those little clips or putting a knot around them. You just slip it through here. It puts a little tie around it. Greatest thing ever. I'll link that also. Next, we have an airbrush machine. I used to hate my airbrush machine. In fact, my friend Fresia Malone, a lot of you all know Fresia, Sweet Treat Therapy. She loves her airbrush machine and she airbrushes everything. And I said, I never airbrush because I hate mine. Oh, hold on. Can you call Joshua? Okay. Sorry about that. My son was calling, but my husband's going to call him back. Let me turn my phone on. I forgot to call it on forgot to put it on do not disturb. What was I just talking about? Oh, my airbrush machine. I hated it. I got it from Michael's. I love Michael's, but I hated this airbrush machine. I can't even remember what kind it was, but it was constantly clogging. I would have to take it apart and clean it all the time. I couldn't use I couldn't use airbrush color that was metallic. It was terrible. And so Fresia kept saying, you need to get the one that I have. And I thought, I'm not doing that because I hate airbrushing so much. But then I had a very big order that I had to airbrush. And so really I got it out of necessity and now I love it. Now it's huge. It is a big mama. But the nice thing about it is you can really adjust the air flow. Hey, Brenda. And it comes with um, several guns. I've never once had it clog. I've never officially cleaned it. Like I clean it after I use it every time, but I love this airbrush machine. I think it was a couple $100 too. I really don't remember, but I think it was. But again, a good item to look for on Black Friday. Something fell off. I don't know what it is. What else was I going to show you? Oh, mixers. So I have a KitchenAid mixer. I love it, love it, love it. I've had it for forever. But I also have a Kenmore, and if they still have that on Amazon, I'll link that. That's my absolute favorite mixer. I love it. I like my KitchenAid a lot, but the Kenmore has I use it all the time. I've had it for years. I bet I've had it for 4 years. I make large batches of cookie dough in it. It's got a great motor. I've never had any problems. It's not nearly as expensive, or it wasn't then, as a KitchenAid, and I love it. So I'll link that in case they have a Black Friday deal. But then I got a mixer from a company a couple years ago. They sent it to me and they asked me if I would try it and put a review. And I'm like, yeah, sure. So I bought it. It's a Chinese made mixer. I don't remember the name of it, but it works fantastic. And it is not very expensive. And it's really pretty. It's red. It has a huge bowl. So it's really good for cookie dough. It's not as good for icing because the bowl really is too big. But I use it. I think it's called a Dober, Dobb, but I'll link it because I really, really like it. And if you want a big mixer, but you don't want to spend a ton of money, I would recommend it. I've used it for years and it works great for multiple batches of cookie dough. It does not work great unless you're making tons of royal icing because the bowl is really large. Let's see, what other kind of things do I use that were kind of expensive? I can't think of anything else. Those are the biggies. But if you're going to get anything, I mean, if you're really looking for a great something, like a lot of times people will ask cookie decorators, what's the one thing you could not live without? This is it right here. I could not live without it. I could not. I use it all the time. All the time. Oh, dehydrator. Thank you, Mimi. I'm glad that you asked that. My dehydrator, let me look, it's right here, is a Cabela's. It's from Cabela's. It's a 12 tray Pro Series. And the reason that I love the Cabela's dehydrator is it goes down very low, the temperature. I think it might even go down to 55, and then it goes up pretty high. So the way that I use mine is really more like a fan. It's fantastic. It has 12 trays. There's lots of space in between them, so I never have to take out a tray. You know, it has good amount of space. Is that the one you have, Mimi? I really, really like it. Again, I've had that one for years. So this is the first thing I couldn't live without right here. And I can draw. I used to be an art teacher, so I can look at an image and transfer it onto a cookie really without too much trouble. But it sure is a heck of a lot faster with a projector. So I will transfer the outlines onto my cookies. Sometimes, not all the time, but if I have to write on a cookie, 100% of the time I use this bad boy right here because my handwriting just is not that good. And that makes an enormous difference on how professional a cookie looks. Is if you have if it's a beautiful cookie and the writing is sloppy, it just doesn't look very good. If you have a semi-attractive cookie, but you have beautiful writing, the cookie looks fantastic. So if you're going to write on cookies, I definitely recommend a dehydrator. Let's see. Any other questions about cookie supplies? We've talked about the dehydrator. We've talked about the airbrush gun. We've talked about the mounts and the projector. So I'll look on Amazon, like I said, and link the products that I have. If you're looking for, just send this to your husband, you guys, and say, here's my Christmas list. I mean, they'll probably appreciate it because I know a lot of husbands don't really know what to get. So you just nudge them to this video and they will be set. And then last but not least, if you are unfamiliar with my cookie cutter shop, it's cheerfulcutters.com. And I do have a cheerful box cookie decorating kit. And right now, if you purchase that kit, you will get a bonus of the recipes that I used on the Food Network. So that's only for November. And here's the cookie cutters that you get in the kit. You also get a stencil, you get 6 large cookie cutters, 3 mini, and you get the step-by-step instructions from yours truly on how to decorate all of the cookies in the box. And then the recipes that you get are chocolate covered strawberry, which are so good. That's my favorite. Gingerbread, and then lemon curd pecan cheesecake. So I will also put the link to that in the video. Let's see. Oh, you ordered yours today? Awesome. Ruth says, my husband fixed my projector, but I'm really wanting to get a new one. You got me excited for the one you have. Well, Ruth, just tell him he didn't fix it right and you really need a new one, and it'll be our secret. I'll feel bad if you all get this projector and don't like it, but oh, Mimi, thank you. But I would not share a product that I hadn't used and that I didn't really like. So I hope that you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving with your family. I'm going to get off of here and go search for my husband's wallet because I have no idea where it is. And then I'm going to start thinking about what I'm going to make. Well, I know what I'm going to make, but thinking about it more, planning. But I just want to share with you, if you live around Cincinnati, Ohio, because you never know, some of you might live around Cincinnati. My brother is a minister in Cincinnati, and his church is having a wonderful event that I would love for you all to come to. It's called Crestview Presbyterian Church. I had to look because he's been at so many different churches. I didn't want to tell you the wrong name, but his church is in Westchester. But on December 10th, I'm going to do an event there called Faith, Frosting, and Fellowship. And we're going to talk about Jesus, and we're going to decorate cookies, and I'm going to tell about my experience on the Christmas Cookie Challenge. My youngest son just came home. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I will see you later. Bye.